Hey guys, still working our what if scenarios from our full guard attack, and we're still on the Kimura. We showed what happened last time when the person hides by grabbing the inside of their own thigh, and now we're going to work from another common defense or common prevention to the move. So as I go towards my Kimura, and this time I'm going to rotate my hips all the way through like I'm about to finish. What happens though a lot of times is guys know that if I get an acute angle into this arm, the finish is very easy to achieve. So what they do is they're gonna straighten. The more obtuse they can make this angle, the more range of motion they're gonna have in their shoulder. So I wanna go ahead from here, I don't wanna fight this all day. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and transition to an armbar. What I look to do is I'm gonna drop my thumb towards the other side, rotate his wrist, and then I swim my thumb back in the other direction. So my fingers and thumb are going to be on the same side, but the bottom of his forearm is going to be cupped right in the palm of my hand underneath. So with that slight rotation, his thumb should be pointed towards me. Now, at the same time, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to drop the crease of my elbow on his triceps right above his elbow. I don't want to be below, don't really want to be right on. I'm just going to be just above it. And my hand, I like to slide it down from my wrist down to where my forearm meets my elbow. I'm gonna work to try to tee myself off. Now my elbow that's over top, the arm on the top side, I don't want my elbow pointed up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna hug it down. That's gonna start applying the pressure. From here, I'm gonna take his hand and just go in a linear motion right in front of my face in order to get the submission. From this position, a common mistake that I see is people trying to fight towards the lights, and the person's fighting back, and it's just, we'll either run out of real estate, like we get too extended, we get very weak, or the person's fighting back on us to the point where they can prevent that from happening. But the more obtuse of an angle I can make his armpit, like his arm and body, the angle that we're creating right here, the more obtuse, the more pressure that we're gonna put on the elbow. So rather than going straight up towards the lights, we're gonna come in front of our eyes to finish. So as I roll, the thumb is looking at me, I drop my grip, my elbows hug in tight, and I make sure that my elbow on top of his arm is hugging down onto his body. Now, rather than pushing up to finish, we're still gonna give pressure upward, but then once I feel like it stops, we drag it in front of my eyes in order to get the finish.